Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new, then welcome. So it's me, Harshvi, and you already know it by the title. So yeah, I'm gonna share some tips in this videos, and it is like really the most requested one. So yeah, I'm finally making this video. And first of all, let me be clear: I'm sharing these tips as per my experiences and the tips which I have found useful as a student. So it's not necessary that you will find it useful too, but I really hope you find this video helpful and enjoy watching it. And like I have made a whole PDF here of like all the tips that I've like found useful. Like I've made this PDF as per my research, as per my experiences, and I organized it all. So yeah, it took me really long to make a perfect plan and organize all those steps. So I really hope you find it helpful. The tips I'm going to share in today's video are first of all study tips and techniques. Second is how to improve your concentration and how to stay motivated when you feel depressed or you're facing from a breakdown. What are you waiting for? Let's get into the video. First tip is your sleep schedule. How do you expect yourself to do work when you don't give yourself enough rest? Like, how is that literally possible? It's really necessary to have like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. For me, I really need 6 to 7 hours of sleep. Like 8 hours is too much for me. If you don't get enough sleep, you won't feel fresh in the morning, and if you won't feel fresh in the morning, you won't have a good mood, and if you have no good mood, then you will have no focus, and if you have no focus, you won't be able to study. So to have focus, to be able to study, please fix your sleep schedule first. So tip 2 is planning. So let me ask you, whenever you have your birthday party or you have an event, is it all planned or is it like just on the spot event? No, right? There has to be a proper planning for anything. So even in your daily schedule, plan your day. Like not perfectly that at this time I'm going to do this, at this time. No, not at all. You have to have a small micro goals for your daily life. It really helps you feel accomplished and reduces your stress. And planning literally is so good for your time management as well as it literally boosts your productivity. So third tip is consistency. Consistency is the key to anything. Like how do you expect yourself to study good, score better if you're not consistent towards it? Consistency doesn't come in a day. You have to work hard. You have to be determined to your goal. And it's not like many times we do that. We study a new subject today, and after a whole week we try to study it. Will we remember it? Not at all. We need a bit practice in the starting. So whenever you learn a new chapter, at the beginning, there needs to be consistency in anything you're doing. Tip number 4 is goals. Having goals in your life is very important. If there is a goal, it gives a clarity of which way to take. Like when you know that you're gonna do this, you wanna become this. So you know what steps you have to take in order to reach that goal. But if you don't have a goal, you're just roaming here and there in life. You don't know what you have to do. Just try to keep the goals that are realistic. Don't set unrealistic goals. Because if you don't reach those goals, it really hurts so bad. My fifth tip is know what type of learner you are. So there are basically 4 main types of learner. First is visual learner, second is auditory, third is read and write, and fourth is kinesthetic learner. Knowing what type of learner you are, it really helps you understand how your brain works. Like you would better know that which kind of learning style suits you the best, and it will help you implement those learning styles in your daily study schedule. Sixth tip is find your own style. Find your own style. I'm speaking it in terms of notes, reading, or learning techniques that are the best for you. Like many a times we tend to copy someone, we try to use their techniques, but at the end we realize that we completely don't understand it. Like earlier, I started using highlighter much more than necessary in my textbook, and like during my before a month before my prelims, I realized that what the heck I've done in my whole textbook. Like I was myself hating my textbook. Like I highlighted it so much, and like even on the page I highlighted just a one. I literally hated it because later I realized that this technique literally doesn't work for me. It was a complete mess. But yeah, before the boards, I was really clear. Just find what's the technique or style best for you. Which brings us to our next point, which is make your own notes. Many times I get these questions or comments that please give us your notes, but I'm really sorry I can't give you my notes. Every person is different. Every person understanding, every person's technique, like all have said just now, is different. And when you write your own notes, it just gets shifted to your long term memory. Like you are actively writing, so you know what you are writing and what you should be writing, and what are the important things that need to be covered in an answer or in a chapter. And it increases your concentration as well as helps you study effectively. Eighth tip is reading. So I'm not just talking about reading your textbooks, but also different books rather than your school books like some novels, a storybook, or a biography. Just read it because I think it really improves your vocabulary first of all. And second thing, it in somewhat way helps you in your concentration. Like do read your first of all read your school textbook. While reading you can mark the keywords. It's really helpful. It really helps in your essays, in your exams, in your assignments, in your normal regular school exams as well. So read. Read as much as you can. Ninth tip is hobby. So you might think, where does hobby come in studying? Like in your academic year, in when you are studying, it's really important to have a hobby because sometimes we really felt overwhelmed, really feel burdened because of our studies. So there needs to be a thing that makes you feel really relaxed, like playing a sport, singing, dancing, or doing yoga, doing exercises. I personally like to listen to music. That's my way to reduce the stress. Yeah, just speak out sometimes or just find a hobby that makes you feel better. 10th tip is participate in class. So I'm talking about speaking out to your teachers, having a good conversation with your friends, teachers, and participating in the school competitions, extracurriculars in your school, taking part in sports at your school, because it in a way improves your personality, it improves your public speaking, it literally improves your communication skills, it changes your mindsets, and it literally creates a bonding with your teachers or your peers or yeah, it really does that. So ask for help. So many a times we get confused, we get stuck at a topic, we just don't understand it, and we think of asking our teacher or our friends about it, but we don't. Why? Because we are afraid that they might think that we are stupid, that we just don't understand such a little thing, or we might be a joke in front of everyone. Being a joke is better than understanding the wrong things, but what you learn that really matters. So, whenever you have a doubt or topic related to any question, just ask your teacher or your parents or your friends. Go ask right now if you have any doubts. Point 12 is analyzing your past year paper. Literally, just trust me, it's so helpful in your exams, analyzing your past year papers. Like before my boards, I went through literally 5 to 6 past year papers in each subjects. And when you analyze your papers, past year papers, you just understand which topic is really important in the exams, which chapters hold the more weightage. I started to give them a bit more concentration and try to figure out that all the concepts from this chapter are totally perfect. Just trust me, you will score much better, like really much better than you would be scoring without analyzing the paper. So, to number 13 is enjoy the process. Many a times we tend to forget that result is a byproduct of the process. So let me tell you that we all will watch a series or a movie even though we find it really boring in the starting. Why? Because someone told us that it gets better. Then why don't we look at the process like that and enjoy it instead in the path of achieving something? we learn many things, so many things that are undescribable. Like, even a small accomplishment really matters a lot. What if you don't get your desired results, but the things that you have learned during the process, even that you did not give up, is a big achievement in itself. So I would always suggest that focus on the process, not on the result. Next point is flame meditation. So if you don't know what it is basically like you light a candle and you just keep your focus on its flame. Like, you can watch some YouTube videos on how to do it correctly, but basically I used to do it mainly like once or twice in a month, and mainly do it for my eyes. So I basically do it for half an hour or more than it, but I just found out that it really is so helpful for your concentration. It really improves your mental health too, and it really improves your eyesight. Yes, just like sometimes my eyes feel so dry or like itchy, so I just do that and my eyes feel much better. Like, I didn't know that I was improving my concentration too. On a daily basis you can do the same meditation for 5 to 10 minutes, and if you have a more attention span then you can increase it. So let's get to the main point: when to take breaks. I really don't find Pomodoro technique useful because it's like 20 minutes work and then 5 minutes break. It's really so difficult to bring that focus, attention on a thing that you're doing. Like, when we are concentrated for 25 minutes, and sometimes the work we are doing requires much more time than 25 minutes, even an hour or two. But when we take break, it really feels so unnecessary. All the focus is just gone, and all the things are just gone blank, and we can't think more betterly about it. So I would suggest that when you keep a deadline, you know what things need to be done in time. So just do that and give yourself a break. Even though the work might take 2 hours or 3 hours, just do it first, and then how many hours you want to take break, just take according to yourself. And many a times, sometimes we feel so overwhelmed while studying. Like, many a times it happens with me. Like, I'm studying maths and the problem is like I'm just not able to solve that problem, and it's stuck in my head, and I try, and I feel so overwhelmed and depressed. It really thinks like I don't know anything, I just can't do it, I'm just so dumb, like I can't do it. But just get out of the place. Whenever you feel this, just stand up from that place and get out from that place. This thing I learned it from my parents. Like, during my prelims I was literally so stressed about my exams. I was having so breakdowns, I was like literally crying and studying, and my parents would just come to me and they're like, Harshvi, just get up from here. And I was like, no, I won't. And I was just crying, and they're like, they'll just take my book away, and I'm like crying, and then I would feel so much better. Like, it is really important to take breaks when you feel so stressed. And I'm literally so thankful for my parents. Like, if they don't told me to take a break, I would literally just screw it up. And the thing that I do during my break is I just take a power nap. And yeah, which brings us to our next point, that is power nap. So I mainly take 10 minutes power nap. Like, I just take my phone, set a 10 minutes timer, and just take a power nap. It's literally so helpful for me. Like, you can take it for 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. Like if you sleep, just don't go to sleep, okay? It's a power nap. It is really very helpful. I take a power nap many times. I don't know how many times I will take it, but I take a power naps many times, especially for maths or physics. When I just feel like just when I feel like so dumb, like I can't do a simple thing, I just take a power nap. It's just so relaxing. You forget about the thoughts that you have had earlier, and you are more focused than before. It's really helpful. And stop comparing yourself. Sometimes if we don't get good marks, we compare ourselves from others. Like, they're so good at studies, they bring so good marks, and I can't. That's just really a wrong thing. Like, I just literally hate it when people do that, because I think your only competitor is you. Try to perform better than you did last time. Like, why do you want to compare yourself to others? Everybody is different, everybody has different surroundings, everybody have different goals, perspective. So you and that person are totally different. Why do you want to compete with them? Don't compare yourselves with anybody in terms of study, in terms of your looks, in terms of your life. You are just wasting your time when you're comparing yourself with others. Like, you can just use that time to study, work harder, and make your life better. So stop comparing yourself with others. If you are doing that, just stop it. You are good. You are the best, okay? Stop it. Nobody is better than you. Just stop it right now. If you are doing that, just stop it, stop it, stop it. Just start learning from your mistakes. Many a times when you do something wrong, we don't something better, we start comparing. Like, what is the use of comparing? Instead, learn from your mistake. Like, try to perform better than you did last time. And one more thing, whenever I check my results, I basically focus on the things that I did wrong, and it's really helpful to learn from your mistakes. Like, let me tell you my story, okay? So, um, during the prelims, I went to my papers. I really got very low marks in my prelims. If you've watched my video, then you know that how much I got in my prelims. I know how I wrote the paper, and from my side, I think that I wrote everything correctly. But when I went to my papers, I asked my teachers, like different subject teachers, what I did wrong, and I understood my mistakes, and it was so helpful for me. Like, I understood that I didn't mention the keywords, didn't mention the proper points, or skipped some points. There was an answer. The answer I wrote to it was completely different from its meaning. Like, how did I do that? I don't know. But yeah, it really helped me for my boards. Like, when I did my boards, I told myself that what mistakes I did during my prelims, I won't do it. And trust me, I didn't do those mistakes. So learning from your mistakes rather than comparing is really good. Next point is positive mindset. Like, it is said that even a one negative thought is really very impactful on five positive thoughts. Like, I heard this from a YouTuber. She said that our identity and our behavior, they are mutually related to each other. Like, she gave an example. Like, there are two smokers, and you say, listen, there are two smokers, and when a cigarette is offered to both of them, one says that he is trying to quit smoking, and other says that I'm not a smoker. Like, just find the difference. One still identifies himself as a smoker, and one says I'm literally not a smoker. So this literally brings a difference. We say I will work hard, I will try to score much better, instead of what if we say I'm a hard worker, I can do it. It is really very strong belief in ourselves, and it somewhat gives us a positive feeling, and we are really able to accomplish it. So having a positive mindset is really important. I don't know the example I gave was good or not, but I find it really helpful. Just hope you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Which brings us to my next topic, that is journaling. Like, lately in my 10th grade, I have so many breakdowns. I was so stressed related to my study. So, as hobby works, journaling also works so much better. Like, whenever I used to feel stressed, or like I used to have breakdown for like nothing, I even don't know till now what I have breakdowns for, but currently it's very low. I don't have much breakdowns, but during my 10th grade I literally have so many breakdowns. Like, yeah. And I just try to catch up this hobby. I would just take out my journal and take out my pen and write out whatever I was thinking. It's really so helpful. Like, after I used to write that, my mind, like, I would feel so much better and relaxed. Like, whenever I feel happy, I feel overwhelmed, I feel sad, I feel depressed, I journal. It's really helpful. This brings us to our last topic, that is don't overwork yourself, or I would say don't study under pressure. Just don't study to satisfy somebody else, or just don't study to score better thinking that what will others think if I get less marks. Like, just trust me, what others doesn't really matter. Like, even if you get low marks, it doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of time. It does break your heart if you don't get what you desired for. But as I said, that not giving up is a big achievement in itself. Like, if you can't accomplish something, it's okay. It's life. It happens. As I always say, set a new goal. Try something new. Try something different. Set a new goal. That's the best thing that you can do. And yeah, I think I spoke too much today. I don't know if whatever I spoke will be helpful for you, but I really hope it is helpful for you. So yeah, and if you're looking for some useful apps for your academic year or some other tips, then I've shared this video. You can click on the I button and get those videos. And which video you guys want me to make next, do comment it down below. I would try my best to make it. So I'll just end this video now. I don't want to make it more longer and make you guys feel bored. So yeah, we'll meet you guys in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. And wish you all the best for your new academic year. Bye.